Good morning everyone. I'm Rita Parekh from Arya College of Engineering and IT Chapel. We are going to study Radar and TV Engineering, Unit 5th, Modern TV System, topic 3D TV. 3D technology. Television has been one of the biggest entertainments since its invention. From its evolution in black and white format, the television technology has later developed to bring color visuals in CRT displays and later LCD, LED and also plasma. Nowadays, we can get TVs that is almost 61 inches wide and that too with a very small thickness. The visuals are also in high definition format, which is so clear that we feel like sitting in front of it the whole time. With later developments in the TV technology, one question arises in our minds: what's next? The answer is clear: 3D technology. The surprising factor about 3D technology is that it was first tried in the year 1922 for a movie. Since then, people have been trying to develop the technology. During the 1950s, movie producers were trying to attract people into theaters. For that, they also tried to simulate shock in the audience seats while showing a horror film. Apart from this, the movies were shown in 3D format to bring the pictures live. All the audience had to do was to wear a pair of glasses. After the release of major movies like Avatar, Clash of the Titans, Up in the Air, and so on in the 3D format, even TV manufacturers decided to make 3D TVs for home purpose from the year 2009. A 3D image is obtained by displaying different images to each eye. This, when joined by the brain, will produce an illusion of a 3D image. This method is called stereoscopy. Thus, a 3D TV is a special television that has various methods to deploy 3D images so that people can experience a realistic 3D field. Difference between 3D and 2D. There may be doubt on why a person cannot view a 2D image in the 3D way in real world. Why do the objects we see in television screens appear flat? How does 3D technology solve this problem? All these problems arise mainly due to the way we visualize things. When our eyes focus on a particular thing, they tend to observe the light that is reflected off from them. This light that is absorbed is converted into an image by our brain. The light that enters into one eye will be parallel to the light that enters into the other. But this occurs only if the objects are far away. As the objects become closer, the lines will not be parallel. They will join together and thus our eyes will have to compensate for it by shifting. Thus, the work that your brain does to adjust the focus of your eyes to see the object determines how far away the object is. In case of a 3D image, our eyes will see the same image in different perspectives. Thus, the real flat image that you see will have a virtual depth. The difference with 2D is that the convergence of the image and its focus is in your brain will not match up in 3D. Your eyes will have to converge two different lights for just one object that is in front of you. This method will make the brain work a lot more even if the screen is kept at a distance. Thus, your eyes tend to strain if you keep on watching a 3D movie for a long time. Types of 3D TV. For the above discussion, it is clear that our eyes cannot do the work of combining two different lights into one. This has to be done by an external object. This external object differs in the types of lenses that we use to view the image. or even on the type of TV that is used. Thus, the types of 3D TVs can be categorized into two main sections. They are stereoscopic TVs and autostereoscopic TVs. First, we are going to study about stereoscopic TVs. For viewing 3D in a stereoscopic TV, you need to have special 3D glasses. The lenses that are used for these glasses can also differ. Thus, stereoscopic TV is again divided into some more classes. They are passive 3D glasses and active 3D glasses. Passive 3D glasses. This is the most common and simplest technology out of the lot. This technology uses different types of glasses. It is further divided into two. They are anaglyph 3D glasses and polarized 3D glasses. Anaglyph 3D glasses. This is one of the first and oldest methods that were used to view a 3D image. The image of a 3D glasses, anaglyph 3D glasses, is shown. These pair of glasses were used to view a 3D image long back. The 3D images were made by separating the right and the left images using colors. The image will have two color layers. These layers will be separated by using glasses that will have blue and red displays. These colored glasses will be made with the help of cellophane paper as they were cheap. If you look at the projection without your glasses, you can see two sets of images that are offset from each other. One of them will have blue shading and other one will have a reddish hue. But when we put on the glasses, we will see a single clear image. Thus, the eye behind the red glass will see the clear blue image and the eye behind the blue glass will see the clear red images. Though both the images are the same in your brain but in different colors, the convergence will be at a different point from the actual focal point. Thus, the illusion of depth in the image will be easily created. Thus, our anaglyph 3D image is obtained. The only problem is that you will not be able to see most of the original colors in the image. The problem is that you lose colors in the image. Thus, it is not a good method. Polarized 3D glasses. This is the best passive method for watching a 3D movie. For this method, you need a pair of basic polarized sunglasses and a polarized filter connected LCD display. The display will send out two images, each having a different polarization than the other. When the image hits each polarized glass, it filters the image and then comes in contact with each eye. Thus, the brain makes a 3D virtual image for the viewer. Though the TV of such a kind is expensive, the polarized glasses are very cheap. This method is now used in most cinema theaters. For a movie to be shown in polarized view, the movie has to be shot with two different lenses. Two projectors have to be set up with polarizing filters attached to these lenses. Both the projectors will project the movie on the same screen at the same time. Thus, the image from the projector falls on the filter first. The image that hits the filter from the left projector will be oriented on one plane, and that by the right projector will be in perpendicular angle to the left one. The polarized glasses that the viewer wears will have different polarization. The left lenses will be in the same alignment with the left projector plane, and the right lenses will be in perpendicular alignment in accordance to the plane of the right projector. Thus, the corresponding images produced by the left projector will be seen by the left eye, and the image produced by the right projector will be seen by the right eye. As both of them have different perspectives, the brain combines the two lights to form a single virtual 3D image. Here also there is a similar disadvantage like that of shutter glasses. The light available in the eyes will be lessened. Thus, the image may appear darker than it originally is. Now, active 3D glasses, or you can call it shutter glasses. As the name indicates, both the glasses alternately shut off the left eye and the right eye. When the TV emits separate images for each eye, the advantage of this method is that a 3D image is easily created in viewer's mind. We all know that a video signal has two fields. One is the odd field and one is the even field. The image that is to be sent to right eye is stored in the odd field, and the one meant for the left eye is stored in the even field. There will be synchronization between the shutter glasses and the TV. The wireless interaction will be through radio frequency or infrared. This makes glass become dark in nature like a shutter for a fraction of a second. This means that when a viewer is watching a video in 3D, only one eye of his is open at a time and only one image is seen at a time. As these images are viewed from different perspectives, our brain tries to join them as a 3D image. But as the latest televisions have very high refresh rates, the pictures are granted to be clear and smooth. If the refresh rates are not high, you may be subjected to headaches. The refresh rate must be at least 60 Hz for each eye. This means that there must be a refresh rate of 120 Hz for both the eyes together. This makes the TV more costly. The only disadvantage with this method is that enough light will not be received by our eyes, as it is subjected to rapid opening and closing. Thus, the image may seem to be darker